I'm here. I just realized this whole time I forgot to mute my audio on my stream. So I was playing 2 sets of audio for the entire time. Yay. Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Alright. Hey Opatot, how you doing? You'll be back in a bit, you're eating dinner. Alright, well, I'll see you when you get back then. Provided you're not too tired to pop in. Because I'm certainly tired. I don't know what it is, but gosh, all week this week I've been super exhausted. I've been doing some stuff. I guess today I actually know what it was. Today I decided to work out before stream and then take a really hot shower immediately after. And so now I'm super tired. And that was a mistake that I will not be making again. Okay, let's see. Where do I want to go? Where am I currently? Helena. Well, we got an urgent, articulated, high value, fragile. We get a lot of qualifiers. From Helena to Lewiston? Probably check to see if I'm sleepy or not. I haven't bothered to look at that. I'd like to think that I'd be smart enough to take a rest stop before I finished playing last time, but if I didn't, well, then that means I'm gonna miss out on that cool job. I'm at about half. It's an urgent job, so I'm not sure if I'd be able to take a nap, because it's 10 hours to nap. And that's... it's a 4-hour job? It's not too bad, actually. I could probably do a 4-hour job. Maybe. Yeah, alright, let's do it. I don't think I'll be my character will be too sleepy by 4 hours from now. That might be like at the very limit, but I think it's probably okay. I'll also need to do a repair, I think. What is that dealership? Is that a dealership or is that a hiring agency? It's hard to say. It's one or the other. There's the only 2 buildings in the game. They have markers. Ooh, wide turn. Central office. Can't really tell. I think it's probably a hiring agency, but I don't care enough to go check. So I'm gonna go ahead and just proceed about my business without exploring further. Not that it matters terribly again, like, I don't need to hire anybody right now, and I don't need to buy a new truck right now, so... whatever it ends up being, I don't need to worry about it. There's a lot of red trucks today. I say a lot. It's because there was on that platform of trucks that I'm supposed to be transporting, there was 3, and then there's those 2 that just passed. So maybe there's not a lot generally, but it's a lot today. Bank. Ugh. It's so devastating to listen to the song almost sync up and then desync suddenly. I wonder if there's a truck in the game that has the blinker speed of the BPM of the songs that I listen to. They all generally seem to be the same BPM. So I imagine if there's faster signals in the game, maybe I could get one just fast enough. What time is it now? Make sure my headlights are on. I never noticed if violating traffic laws near the police in the game gets me a ticket or not. Because I know you get them just generally for existing for too long without paying attention when you're violating the laws, but I'm not sure if it's instant if the officers pass by and see you. Kind of fun. Nearly there. It's an articulated trailer, so I'm gonna have to be careful about where I park on these railroads. Or rather, where I, if I have to stop, where I position myself. I've never been hit by a train in the game. I'm not sure how they work, if they'll stop or not, if they have enough warning time. Oh, Western Star Trucks. Okay, there's a new truck dealership here. Oops, I went too far. I zoned out and went straight for the repairs and the shop, but didn't need to. Alright, give me your job. There you go. Now where are you? Back in the back, okay. I don't know if repairs take time or not in the game. So I am gonna do them. Not that I need them, of course. The truck's in decent shape as is. Actually, hold on. There you go. Bit weird, but it's a bit weird having him in the window now, but I did say that I would do it. It is done. I'm worried about my truck's capacity to be able to haul something as heavy as that. Okay. Don't look at me. I don't need you to see me fail at this. I'm tired, alright? I'm gonna haul these expensive trucks while I'm tired. Yeah. I'm glad it doesn't make you line that up perfectly. I mean, I guess I could wiggle it around and drag it in, but, you know. I would lose my mind having to manage something so small. Is this a 3 articulated trailer or just a 2? Maybe I should look to see what I'm dealing with. Oh, they're not even a trailer, they're just attached to each other for hauling, alright. So it is a 3. I'll never be able to back up in my life. But they have a better turning radius than they would normally, so maybe it's not so bad. The train just passed, so what are the odds of another train coming? I heard a motorcycle outside my house just now, and it occurred to me that I've never seen a motorcycle in this game, and I wonder if there's a reason that they don't have motorcycles. What do you mean headlight usage offense? I have them on. I did have them on. I guess when I repaired, they didn't put them back on. Welcome back, Batad. How you doing? You gonna lurk for a moment while you do midnight dishes? Alright. No worries. By all means, I'll just sit here driving and chatting to myself. Does right on red apply to lights? I don't think so. I don't know why it would give him a stop sign, but I think it probably doesn't. So I'm just gonna wait here generally and see if I can't get this to let me turn sooner than later. There you go. Go for a wide one, because I'm not confident I can make the corner. Ah, I could have made it. Right on red's allowed unless the sign says otherwise. Well, yeah, but I wasn't sure if it counted for traffic lights, because that one seems weird. I knew it was fine for stop signs, but traffic lights just seemed like a different beast altogether. But I don't know. If it is, then cool. Yeah, red light. All right, nice. Good to know. My engine's having a hard time with this hill. I guess 50 ton, or 50 tons? 25 tons, 50 metric tons. Whatever. is about the limit my truck can handle right now. I'll need to upgrade sooner than later, I guess. Left on red light is allowed and onto one-way streets in some places too. Really? I would be too scared to try that. Even if it's a one-way street, I'd still be nervous, because there's a lot of people who take rights on, like take wrong turns on the one-way streets. I almost got hit by an actual car when I was walking one day because of that. I say actual cars, if there's something else. I almost got hit. I almost actually got hit when I was walking. Somebody took a right onto a left one-way street. I wasn't paying attention to my left side, because I didn't expect somebody to turn into me. But not if it's the red arrow. It has to be a red circle line. Okay, well that makes sense. Figured. People are morons. Yeah, I mean I kind of get it with like not knowing the difference between one-way streets and two-way streets. I mean, yeah, if you got your driver's license, you should know. But I can understand the confusion occasionally. But for sure, it's usually clearly labeled that it's a one-way street. Ooh, what happened there? How did that happen? In the world? Jesus. Maybe it depends on the street and how familiar people are with the area. Yeah, I guess. There's some streets that are badly labeled, that's for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, considering how many streets there are in the world, it kind of makes sense that some of them aren't labeled properly. Why did I get a warning telling me there's a 70-mile-an-hour limit on trucks, as if I needed that? I talked about it on my last stream of this game, but I don't think I've never had a ticket or anything, but the only, like, traffic violation I've ever done was when I drove too slow on a freeway, because I didn't realize it was I turned off on a, like I was like 35, and I turned on to a 60 mile an hour or something like that. Didn't realize it was 60 because I didn't see the signs and I was distracted. I got pulled over, but I didn't get ticketed. But I've never accidentally driven the wrong way. I've never forgotten to turn on my headlights. Never gotten into an accident or anything, so you know, I can't really relate to people turning on the wrong side of the street and almost hitting pedestrians and stuff like that. Kind of I guess I'm paranoid generally about things, so I'm always hyper aware of my surroundings. I say as I just admitted to not noticing a street sign telling me to increase my speed. But you know what I mean. When it comes to situations that are dangerous, I'm usually pretty aware. I'd love to speed up to 70, but this truck in front of me is just taking a sweet time going the speed limits. There's an urgent hauling, don't you know? After I started uploading my American Truck Simulator videos to YouTube, they're all privated right now, but they'll be available in a month or two. I started getting a bunch of recommended videos of, like, truckers in my shorts, my YouTube shorts. And, like, I mean, I don't hate them, I just don't know why I'm getting them. It's clearly because I uploaded the American Truck Simulator. And so because you have to view my own uploads and stuff to make sure that nothing went wrong. And I tagged them in such a way that I imagine that they share tags with actual trucking videos. But it's really wacky, just like scrolling through my, like, gaming feed and my comedy feed and stuff like that, and then coming across suddenly, like, an actual, like like real truck thing. It's just so juxtaposed to all the regular stuff that I watch and listen to. I guess it's not unwelcome. My music is not playing right now, and I'm wondering why. After having, like, 3 days in a row with technical difficulties or whatever, or 3 days this week, I'm so paranoid my internet's gonna cut out again midstream. I was so disappointed yesterday too. I was really, like, I was enjoying making my my zoo, and then it just cut out an hour and a half in. My internet didn't come back on for, like, a long time, so I just went to sleep. Weight inspection. Alright, coolio. Oh yeah, you're not new. It's really sad. Yeah, it is what it is though, isn't it? You also had internet problems yesterday. It's just weird that it happens. Like, it's also just all this week. Like, it was perfectly fine, and then it just suddenly wasn't. $71,000. That's weird. I've got 3 trucks in the back, which are 55,000 each, like together, and my truck, which surely isn't 20,000 on its own. Is it? Because the 3 of them back there would mean, you know, 50,000 divided by 3, which would be what, like 17,000 each. Something like that. Is that right? Because it'd be 24. No. What is 55 divided by 3? Man, I don't know. It's like 18. Something like that. Anyway. But yeah, my truck's definitely not that heavy, so I don't know. Maybe it's the framing and stuff. I don't know, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I can see you typing. I need to get to it straight away before I look so I don't crash. You didn't start your stream till 2.5 hours later than normal? Oof. At least you got around to it, though. So close to 100. I am, but I did lose 2 followers. I think. I was at 96, and now I think I'm down to 94. I am excited, but I'm also kind of nervous because that means I have to draw again on stream, and I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to. But I'm excited and kind of happy. I don't really know how to react, honestly, but it's cool. I'm not really good at planning, like, celebrations or anything, so odds are I'll just continue streaming as normal and just be like, thanks, and then just go about my business. But it's still cool. This drive was only supposed to be about 4 hours, but after I picked up the trucks, it took me, like an extra 2 for some reason. So I'm wondering if it was 4 hours from where I was. And then when I drove to pick up the stuff, it increased the time. I gotta think of new emotes to draw when I, buzzers, whatever they're called. New emotes to draw when I get the 100 thingies, followers. Because I'll probably do like a wave. And I'll do my animated one for drowning, for fun. And I'll probably draw mango as well, because Virgil likes to hammer into every stream that he can that I like mangoes. Which is fine. It's kind of fun, but that's just kind of weird. I do like mangoes, and if I had the option, I would eat them every day, but they're pretty expensive, so I don't get the option very often. But I think mangoes are a good and fun choice. Hey Bert, how you doing? It's going alright. I'm tired, but otherwise fine. You want mangoes? Yeah, me too. I'm actually quite hungry, but I'm so tired that I don't want to eat. Because I don't want to fall asleep on a full stomach. I'm always hungry. Well, only when I stream, because it's at such a weird time. I wouldn't always be hungry if I ended my streams at 2.5 hours, because then I would eat, and I wouldn't complain about it. But it's true, I am always hungry. It's a curse. I'm trying to think of like new recipes I should try, but without having somebody like suggest something, it's hard to like come up with stuff yourself, because you would like just look for recipes you've already eaten or similar to the ones that you like already. But whenever I go shopping, I get like a little bit of some like cooking supplies, and mostly like top ramen and stuff, like non-perishables like rice and things, and cans of food. But I always like to buy a little bit of fresh stuff so I can cook myself like proper meals for a couple of days out of the weeks. But it always ends up being sort of the same stuff, because that's just what I know how to cook. But I always want to try new foods. I used to go to restaurants. I think I talked about this before. I used to live in a place, and every 2 weeks I would go to a new restaurant for like 3 years. And it was just great trying all this new food and stuff. I think my favorite restaurant that I ever went to was an Indian place run by like a family. And I went there like as many times as I could. Whenever I had like a friend in town, I would take him to that place. I absolutely adored the food there, but then one unfortunate day, they undercooked the chicken in my curry, and I was really like put off by it and never went back, which is a shame, because I really liked that place, and I don't know why I decided to let that ruin it for me. I should have been grumpy that one time and then went back later, but I never did. And then I moved away, so I could never go back. Tragic. 90% of the things you cook yourself are pasta. Yeah, I mean, pasta's a staple, and you can make tons of different dishes with pasta. Oof, yeah. I mean, like, it wasn't that big a deal either. I could have like just asked them to cook it again, but we were kind of in a hurry, so I just bit my tongue and then didn't eat it. But man, I missed that place. It was so good. I went back to visit and they weren't open anymore, so I think they moved locations, and I didn't know where they were, so I couldn't go back to it. I wouldn't have had time anyway. I was passing through, but I was planning on going after I was on my way back. But again, I didn't look into it. But it was an otherwise fantastic restaurant. I think the worst one that I went to on my endeavors, my journey. Favorite place you ordered. The game lagged for a second there and it scared me. Favorite place you ordered has closed for 3 weeks now, and you don't know why. Oh, I wonder if there's like a family problem. The worst place I ever went in that same place, that same town. It was a. Where's the train here? Oh, it goes across the intersection? That's wacky. It was just incredibly expensive, that's all. The food was like very subpar, and it was like one of the more popular joints, and I went there with my girlfriend at the time. And the only thing that was good there was like the dessert, but everything else was like just so middle tier like food, and it was way too expensive for how like meh it was. And the atmosphere was not like great either. It was just very I don't know, it just wasn't great. Disappointing anyway. You're back again, welcome back again. Dishes are done, excellent news. Ooh, a double stack, interesting. But I mean, with the number of restaurants I went to, a bunch of them are bound to be unremarkable. But that one was just particularly unremarkable, like to an extent where I could remember it. I remember I went to another schnitzel restaurant. I say schnitzel restaurant, I ordered schnitzel at the restaurant. I didn't love the schnitzel, but they had why am I going? There's literally a bunch of cars right there. There's a there was their appetizer, like before the meal, was a fondue with a bunch of different types of breads, and I thought it was fantastic. It's kind of remarkable, though. Particularly unremarkable is a hilarious oxymoron. Yeah, I suppose. You never had something that's so unremarkable that you remember how unremarkable it is? I guess technically that makes it not remarkable, or like makes it remarkable, but like, I don't know. It's just like the food was just not good. It wasn't like terrible, but for how expensive it was, I would have expected like good food. Especially when I could just go to that one Indian restaurant that I liked so much for half the price. It's nothing to write home about, as you're writing home about it. Well, you know, we're pulling for a vehicle inspection. Where? Here? Oh, there. How? That's a really weird place to pull in for a vehicle inspection, just across the road. I mean, I'll do it, but only because I have to. Unless there's another one up the road that I missed. Where am I? There. No, there's not. I have to go to that one. That's weird. That's a really weird place to go. I can't name the truck that I'm driving because it's already named. I guess I could squeeze it in on the other side, that we could have two names on it. Yeah, it's named the Big G Freeman. You want a refund? I can give you a refund. I went the wrong way. Whoops, I didn't realize I couldn't turn there. It was I'll just do a big old U-ey here. You've been scammed. Okay, well, I went into the area I'm not supposed to go into, but that's fine. Yeah, I know how truck scales work. Bump a cone. Bonk. Hey guy, how you doing? 71,665. It weighs the same. It probably actually should weigh less. I'd expect the tires wear at least a little bit. Or maybe it would weigh more because there's more dust on it. I suppose it's not like enough to make a huge difference. Turns out Grim's doing the scamming all along. No, it's not true. But yeah, I don't know if I got scammed by the restaurant. It was fine. It just wasn't worth that much. Which is a lot of restaurants aren't. It's just the way it is. And it could have been a bad day as well. It might have just been like the wrong staff on, or maybe they had a hard day and it just couldn't be bothered that day. Who knows? But yeah, I got my right there in the window. I can change the Big G over. Be a Big Guinevere. Kind of works out the same. Just be a shared name. And the fuel I used up. Yeah, exactly. It should definitely be a variation of the weight. You get scammed by the inspection in the middle of the night. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what you mean. I meant the restaurant, which was, again, it's fine. I don't know. But I'm trying to think of other restaurants that I've been to that have any notable features. I went to one restaurant that just smelled bad. It was an Italian restaurant. They sat us in a corner booth. It just had like a really weird smell, like feet, the entire time. I wanted to leave, but we had a reservation, so just decided to stay and eat. I stopped smelling it after a while, but it was fine. It wasn't very pleasant, though. I am on the road, it's true. I'm a good driver, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I'm definitely not driving directly over the line. Trying to think of something not notable. Am I hearing myself? Hey, come on, you know. I'm just trying to think of things to talk about while I'm driving around. And I just so happen to be hungry right now, so I'm talking about food and restaurants. So I figured I should mention some of the dozens of restaurants I've been to when I lived in that one place. Some of them were good, some of them were bad, some of them were literally, like, forgettable. I'm, you know, Freedom Unit still, I got 159 Freedom Units till destination. 3 hours in game, so it's probably like 15 minutes. Shouldn't take too much longer. Maybe I woke up. Alright, take your time. I will remain here in my truck, driving. Why does this feel like MFSF on easy mode? What the heck is MFSF? Looking at chat in the middle of a turn, middle of a really harsh turn. We shouldn't do that. I mean, capitalizing it doesn't help me know what it is. Oh, well. Oh, MSFS. Yeah, I still don't know what that is. I guess it was typed wrong, but still. Microsoft Flight Sim. Ah, yes. I've had that comparison before. I mean, I guess it's a similar fashion. It's meant to be taken at least somewhat seriously, except this is an actual game. I've got, like, skills and stuff. I've got like a sleepiness meter I have to worry about. I don't know, my standing in my company and stuff. So it probably is an easier version of Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't have to worry about 1,000 different switches and dials before I take off or I check my altitude and such while I'm driving. I could turn off my GPS, that'd make it a bit harder. Wouldn't know where I was going. I don't remember how to turn it off. It's definitely a way to do it. There you go. See, now it's off. Where am I going? Maybe try staying in the right lane. Yeah, I mean, I try. Sometimes I mess up because I'm reading chat and it makes me swerve, but that's why I'm doing it in a video game and not in real life. If I had like a controller or a wheel, I'd be able to do it a lot easier. But because it kind of, currently I have it set to return the wheel to the center, just so it's easier. I can turn that off too if I felt like it, but I really don't want to. It's just a pain to not have it return to the center. I'm not using a wheel now, I'm just using my mouse and keyboard. When I'm playing in VR, which isn't very often recently, I'll play with my controller because I can do smooth turns and stuff, but with, I don't own a wheel, that's expensive. It's just an expensive, unnecessary, like, addition. It'd be fun. I'd like it, but I don't know why. If I'm gonna buy anything, I'd buy like a flight stick for playing like Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen or something. I probably wouldn't do a steering wheel for the driving game that I play to relax. Unless you want to fund me buying a driving wheel, in which case I'd be more than happy to buy one right away. But I suspect that's kind of a purchase that you also wouldn't want to make. You need a full cockpit with wheel, pedals, and a stick. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun, but it's expensive. It's a really expensive setup for this game. I would like it, but I wouldn't want to invest in it. I can make it tax deductible, I guess. I should probably check my advisor. I should probably put it on a further. There you go. Be part of it. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the bit. Every little bit helps. You know how it is. Fly ones are insanely pricey between throttle. Oh god, another way station? Where is it? How do I even turn into that one? I guess this way. What do you think I'm smuggling across any border right now? Like, I don't think I've changed states. I think I'm still in Montana. They're gonna smuggle drugs to me out in the middle of the woods or something? $71,564. I am losing. Maybe they do count for fuel after all. Throttle, roll yoke, and attachments up to $1,500. Wow. The steering wheel probably doesn't cost quite that much. I imagine you can make it cost that much if you go real ham, but $1,500 on Flight Sim. How often do you even play Flight Sim? I'm not judging you, of course. You can spend your money on whatever you like. I'm just curious. All the time, the hours count towards your... Oh, yeah, your pilot's license. I forgot about that. Are you actually looking to get a job as pilot, or are you just doing it for fun? That's something to do with, like, for a hobby. Down the line you'd like to, a little stressful and more fun. A little less stressful, more fun. I don't know, I don't know if it's less stressful, maybe. It feels like it'd be a bit more stressful because people's lives are in your hand. Unless you're just flying around like local, like tours. Yeah, I know my character's getting tired, but I'm on an urgent job. I can't stop. I misjudged the amount of time it would take to do this. I never minded flying, but I don't think I could stomach being a pilot. I think I'd be too nervous. Even though it's mostly done by computers, I feel like I would make the small mistake of not paying attention and then cause a bunch of problems. I suppose it depends on what kind of plane you fly. And if you're doing like intercontinental or if you're doing local. I reckon it's easier to fly than to drive. Well, maybe. There's a lot less vehicles and trees to worry about. And you've got your co-pilot, of course. If something goes wrong, you can always have somebody else to back you up. Once you have most things down pat, any mistake can be solved with a lot more time than a car. That's true, I suppose. You won't have to worry about slamming directly into like a barricade or something if your brakes fail. You'll notice that you're... I know I got the sleep violation, but I'm working on it. I only have like 20 minutes till I'm there anyway, come on. Cut me some slack. I can't just sleep anywhere. I can only sleep in designated sleeping spots. Yeah, I know, I gotta sleep. I would imagine just like having a bunch of passengers who are just like belligerent or something. I mean, Grant, don't make me pull into the wait station. I'm almost at my destination. Come on, dude. How many wait stations are there in Montana? I'm like literally like a mile away from my destination at this stage. It's scamming me over here. It's dangerous, man. We went over this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. $71, $476. My character's gonna start passing out soon if I don't get in there and park. Luckily, there's a rest stop right next to where I'm going, so I won't have to get fined more than one more time. I guarantee it's going to find me right before I finish parking. I was just thinking to myself that I'd love to upgrade my my truck with like more horsepower, so I could carry more trucks. But it occurred to me that if I was to do that, then I would probably default on my bank loans. Because I took out a giant loan. And it hasn't been charging me much, but I think it's like $5,000 a day or something. Oh, they made me deliver to another one of their own facilities. That's interesting. Where do you want it? Over there? You got it. Ta-da! Awesome. Oh, look at all those bonuses. Heck yeah. What do I want to level up next? Maybe just in time's always kind of fun. Excellent, yes, good. Or maybe doing like explosives or something could be fun. And, you know, just give me some extra hazards. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, and then just turn out into their parking lot so I can go and take a nap. bet that one wants to go somewhere too. I'm going. I'm going. Explosives to your truck. Yeah, sure. It couldn't possibly go wrong, right? Oh, I wanted to check my my drivers. I remembered that you can change this to not be balanced. So I want to get hazardous cargo for you and you, so you can start carrying like more dangerous things. Trailers. I don't know how trailers work in the game. I'm pretty sure you can buy trailers and then haul stuff on your own trailer instead of like the trailers they give you. But I don't know how much extra profit that makes. I don't know if it matters terribly. It's just it's one of the mechanics in the game I just never really understood. How's it one already? It was midnight 3 minutes ago. Well, I'm afraid that's how time works. It flies when you're washing dishes and taking care of children. If I can't remember how to spell that. It doesn't go full on. It's fine. It's close enough. Do want to check on the engine upgrade though. 40 grand. Even with the refund, it's still 20, and it doesn't even increase my horsepower by that much. Be better than nothing, I suppose. I think the transmission's what I need though. It's already got a decent transmission. Oh, no, wait, it doesn't. Sorry, I misunderstood. What does the star mean, I wonder? Oh. No idea. It's supposed to upgrade the engine and the transmission. I'll probably just buy a new truck, honestly. Getting a new transmission would give me quite a bit better stats. Without having to pay too much money. To get fuel and then decide where to... Actually, I guess I don't need to do that yet. I can just look at that and find out where I want to go next. And then fuel up as I make my way there. Oh, I went to Idaho, so I guess... Oh, maybe that's the reason. Did I go over the border like 3 or 4 times? When I was like coming over here, maybe? What do you got? That's another urgent delivery from where I'm at right now. I guess I may as well. No reason not to, right? How stupid is that? Those trucks that I literally just delivered here, I have the same mission, the same job, to take them from here back to there. It's the exact same. Whatever, sure, let's do it. have to be up relatively early tomorrow. I guess you should sleep. Get out of here. Go to sleep. Have a good night. Take care. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Don't get any speeding tickets? We'll see. How else will I know how fast I'm going? You think I can read these pedometers? Pedometers? Speedometers. Pedometers is feet. I said it before, but I'm really glad that the left and right clicks don't do anything in the game. Because my twitchy fingers keep on clicking left and right. Nah, it's fine. It's close enough. I can't be bothered. There you go. I was gonna try and accurately line it up that time, but I just couldn't get it without going over. I was gonna say I should turn off my GPS and see if I can just navigate without it, but I don't think I'd be able to manage. I've come to rely on that thing so much. Startled myself. I was looking at the amount of money that I had right now and thinking to myself, wow, the bank really took out like 10 grand from my last loan. I was thinking to myself, like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to keep this bank from bankrupting me by just taking all my money from my company. And I remembered that I bought a transmission, and the reason that I'm low on money is because I spent 10 grand myself buying a new transmission when I said I shouldn't do that. It's like that, what is that? There's like a meme about that. Where's the nearest way station at? Is it right there? Okay, it's fine. There's a meme where, it's the Eric Andre one, where he shoots Hannibal in the chest. This is the wrong way to enter this, but I don't know how to get to the place. Oh, maybe it's not. It definitely is. I'm supposed to go in that way somehow. Well, whatever, I'm here. It's like, who could have done this? Blam, 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 blam. It's a good meme, and I don't know how to describe it. Eric Andre shoots Hannibal in the chest and says, who could have done this? It's very funny. It's a good meme. Who could have spent 10 grand on my truck? Me. I did it. Get out of the way! I'm flashing my highs at you because I forgot the button to do the horn. There it is. That's the one. I pressed J for Yorn. Actually, I guess N doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for horn either, does it? Like H for, like, city honk. And N for air horn. Yeah, close enough. It has an N in it. 55. I could probably just turn off the GPS the entire way. It's just one road all the way there. I'll turn it back on when it needs me to stop for a way station or something, I guess. I think the speed limit was 55. I guess I'll have to wait and see. This is not a complaint so much as just a thing that I sort of miss having. Is in a lot of simulator games, there's just a button to like zoom in your eyes, which is nonsense and doesn't need to be in this game. But like, I can't read what those signs say until I get like this close. So I can't like adjust my speed limit or anything, or read like the city limit signs or anything like that until I'm up on the signs. So I kind of wish I had like a zoom button so I could look at the signs from further away. Maybe need glasses. Well, maybe. I prefer binoculars. Maybe the game does have a zoom. I never actually looked. It might do. Every other simulator game has a zoom. And this game is the only one I could think of that actually might need it. Oh, you can open the windows? What? What? Really? Cool? Why? No, it's not. Is there any buttons that I don't have mapped? Okay, that's not gonna work. God. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to use the keypad for that. So open right, close right, open left, close left. I'm just curious to see what'll happen. You can open the windows in most cars. Don't you sass me. It's a video game. I wouldn't have expected it to be a thing. Interior cameras, that's not what I want. Zoom interior camera. Right click. No. It said name tags. I don't think I need that. There you go. Oh, my eyes, they zoom. Magic. It's working. I put it on the wrong button, but it's working. Close that. Open this one. The window's open! Oh my god, I'm amazed. I did not know you could open the windows. I love it. It makes me really happy. I played this game for like 100 hours. I didn't know you could open the windows. Well, you can fart as much as you want in the truck. Yay! Does that make the horn louder? Yes. The answer is yes. It makes it a lot louder. Is the speed limit changed back to what it's supposed to be, or am I still driving it, you know, slow? Just pretend I'm leaning forward when I zoom my eyes. Ah, another way station. Alright. Oh, I can bypass. Nice. Alright. Good stuff. Peace. Love to see it. All my homies hate way stations. It's nice of the sun to shine directly onto these signs, so I can't see what they say. Until I'm, like, on them. Also, Z's an incredibly awkward button to press when I'm driving, considering I have to pull off one of my fingers that lets me turn. Or use, I could use my thumb, I suppose. I've got to fold it really far under my palm to reach that. But it's not impossible. Why am I holding forward? I'm literally driving on I'm driving on cruise control right now. What do you mean headlight usage offends, man? It's broad daylight. Keyboard? Yeah, I'm playing on keyboard. I know people use steering wheels a lot, but they're expensive, and I don't have the money. I enjoy the game, but I don't mind playing on keyboard. Sometimes I'll use a controller, but that's usually when I'm in VR, and I don't want to do that right now. I feel like VR wouldn't be very fun to stream with, because I wouldn't be able to read chat or anything. Use controller? Yeah. It's a lot more gentle and easier to turn and stuff. You don't really need all the keyboard functions. Love controller? Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. It just feels so nice to use. It also allows you to lean back, which is really nice. I could use a controller without VR. I could. Yeah, that's the end of that. I could. You have an Xbox controller? Yeah, me too. They're just, I much prefer Xbox controllers to the PlayStation ones. They're larger, and I have big palms. Short fingers, large palms. Tragic. Thumbs feel better when they fit like that, yeah. Oops. Reading chat. Drive off to the side. Every time I make a driving mistake, it's because I'm looking at chat. Yeah, no, I really like the way that the joysticks are configured on the Xbox controller. I don't know why they decided to make it like that, but I love them. Sure. Yeah, it's true. I'm paying attention, I swear. I'd love to get a hold of, I used to have, when I had an Xbox Classic, I used to have an air-conditioned, like, Duke. I think they're called Dukes, like the big original controller. I used to have a Duke with, like, it was a third-party one, obviously, but it had, like, air vents in the grips. And it was so nice. I really want to, like, find one again. I imagine it would drain batteries like nobody's business, but they were really cool. Oh, whoops, didn't realize. I misread that sign. PlayStation controller just feels weird with the thumbsticks, unnatural. Yeah. I just don't know why. Like, it's a fine design, but it does feel weird for me to put my thumbs, like, so close together. In that weird, like, downward position. Yo, Wolverine V2 controller? I don't think I know what that is. Wolverine the superhero, or is it a brand of controller? Or is it like an animal? One finger on each button. Yeah. It's a controller brand. Oh, okay. My controller's just a just the default Xbox. The Duke one that I was talking about before is one that I had a long time ago. I don't remember what brand it was. Probably a Mad Cat, since everything was Mad Cat back then. Although, the Xbox Classic design for the black and white buttons didn't make a whole bunch of sense. I'm glad they decided to switch to the bumpers, because the black and white buttons were wacky. Excuse me. I couldn't reach the pause button because I'm playing. Not the pause, the mute button. Because I died. Thank you. Has toggle switches under to make the trigger. Hold on. Where's the way station? Is this the one that's like across the street? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think I just go straight ahead. Toggle switches under to make the trigger buttons more sensitive. It has 2 extra buttons near the triggers and bumpers that are mappable. That's kind of cool. I know that, I think it's the Xbox Elite controller. No. Is it? Maybe it is. One of them has the triggers to make the buttons to make the triggers more sensitive. I think it's Xbox Elite. Maybe it's PlayStation. I can't recall. It's one or the other. But it's a cool feature. It's especially good in like a game where you need to have sensitive control over like speeds like this game, instead of having the analog input. Because just being able to press 1 or like press forward or back or forward or not isn't like a great way to control your speed, and having to tap here and there. That's why I love cruise control so much. Just because it means I don't have to worry about pressing the button wrong. I did miss the turn to the scale, yeah. I saw it, but I always miss it for some reason. That's the second time I've missed that one. Learn to drive? Yeah, I know. Yeah, just have a little jaunt around the parking lot. It's fine. Gotta have some levity, right? Paying attention to the chat while driving this game makes bad voodoo. Yeah. Sleep before you get too tired. Can't sleep, it's an urgent job. I try to only pay attention to the chat when I'm on a straightaway, but sometimes the message is coming in fast enough that I'll need to look before they go away, because I don't have a very big screen. So I don't have the chat box is pretty small for me. Ah, I hit the curb, darn. 15 miles an hour. It's fine, it'll be 45 before I get fined. Wish there was more than just go point A to point B. I don't know, I kind of like the simplicity of it. I mean, there are the special jobs where you have to, like, follow a convoy. Not a convoy, but, like, an escort, but I don't mind the simplicity. I just kind of like, I'm just like playing to zone out. I don't really care much about complications right now. I'm just having chill time. I'm gonna pretend it's chilly and roll up my window. But it's actually because I want to hear the music. But you could do multi-drops and actually have to manually connect the stuff. You can... maybe you can. I was gonna say you can manually connect, but you can't, can you? It's just like a different setting you can turn on to make it like slightly more complicated, but you can't like manually connect it. Somewhere in here, there's like advanced trailer coupling you can do, which adds a little bit of fun. I did say convoys. I didn't mean convoys. 60 minutes you gotta get clothes from the dryer, but in 20 minutes or so you'd be down for convoy if you do convoy. I have no idea how convoys work, but I'd probably not. Maybe it'd be kind of fun, but I'm very tired and I can't be held responsible for playing with other people. I'll slam into a guardrail or something. I think I only have like 1 or 2 mods in. I don't know what I have. I think they're just residual mods from like when I played before, a long time ago. I literally have no idea what I could possibly have. Oh, was it really that easy? I was expecting it to be a lot harder than that. I don't know. I'm too lazy. I don't want to do it. It's not even that hard. I just don't want to do it. I'm gonna sit here in my single player campaign and be grumpy and tired. But it's good to know that it's that easy. Maybe in a future stream I'll do that. It's kind of cool. I get like really... this isn't gonna make much sense considering I'm streaming, but I get like bad social anxiety when I have to play multiplayer games with people. Even if it's just like in complete silence without voice chat or anything. So it like really hampers my ability to like function. Like it's not that I can't do it, I just have to like prepare for it, you know, I'd have to like be ready to do it. Like, for the stream or whatever. Viewers love playing with streamers. That's fine. I just mean like, I'd have to like prepare in advance. I'd have to be aware that I was gonna do it. It's like the reason I have like 15 minutes before I stream every single day. It's like I'd have to like hype myself up to get on stream because I'm so nervous. Am I in the wrong lane? No, I'm not. Next viewers come back. Yeah, I know. I'm happy to have viewers, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm not streaming to be popular. Well, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm not streaming to be popular. I'm just streaming because I wanted to... There's like a lot of games I wanted to play that I never had a chance to play. So I'm just playing games. If I wanted viewers, I could always play like a really popular game or something. I wouldn't have any retention, I guess, in that case, but I'm just chilling, just having a good time. I'm going too fast. There we go. Everyone who says that is a liar. Yeah, I guess. I'm happy to have it. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I'm glad that people are coming and watching. That I'm not going to pretend I'm not. It makes me really happy to see that. But it sort of forces me to play games, because I keep putting off playing all these games that I own. I have dozens and dozens of games that I've wanted to play for years that I just haven't played. And starting streaming kind of forced me to like give myself a reason to play them. So that's sort of why I started streaming, just so that I could force myself to play games that I've had in my library for a long time. They say, but they secretly want to be next Mr. Beast. I definitely don't want to be Mr. Beast. I don't want to have anywhere near that number of people following me. I would be more than happy with like 100, 200, 1,000. If it gets much higher than that, I'd be a bit nervous, I think, all the time. Sound like somebody who gets bored easily and procrastinates highly. All right, let's not get too personal. You're not wrong, but like, don't call me out like that. Don't. I need to merge here, bud. Come on. That's you? Yeah. Call it how you see it. Or hear it, yeah. I don't know if I get bored. Bored's the wrong word, I think. Because I don't ever stop playing games because I don't like them or enjoy them or something. I just stop playing them because I have other things I have to do. And when it comes to, like, all these games that I purchase, I'm like, oh, that looks fun. I want to try that at some point. But it's like, I have to do... I'm doing this other thing, or I'm working, or, you know, something else came out that I wanted to play more. But I wouldn't call it boredom. I don't beat games very often, but again, it's not so much bored, it's more like, well, maybe it is boredom. No, because I mean, the boredom implies that I'm not having fun anymore. It's just less fresh, right? You play a game for long enough, it becomes less fresh, so you want to try something new. I wouldn't consider it boredom, I just consider it like... Right. Yeah. I don't know. But it is what it is. I just play the games that I want to play. Also, this gives me a reason to beat games. Streaming gives me a reason to beat games. That's another thing that I always hated, is I never made an effort to beat anything. I always played it for like a good amount of time and then stopped, but now I'm compelled to beat all the games that I play. Need to use streaming as an excuse to play, basically. But that's not because of boredom, it's because I'm a workaholic, and if I don't force myself to do something fun, I'll just work constantly. It's a downside, one of the few downsides of being self-employed, is that I determine my own work hours. And my work hours are whenever I'm awake. So, you know. You can always send your kids from working too much. No, that implies that I make money from being self-employed and working too much. I don't make that much money. I make enough money to live, and that's about the extent of it. I also love gifts, but when I receive gifts, I feel really awkward, so I don't really... I guess I don't love gifts, actually, now that I think about it. I'm flattered to receive them, but then I feel really awkward about getting them. don't know why I have this on still. I don't need it. Just going straight on a well, I'm going down one single road for however long it is. Gifts are always nice, and the sentiment is always the best part, but it is what it is. I don't give free gifts, no. That message actually scared me. I thought a bot suddenly popped in my chat. I was like getting ready to I was getting ready on the ban, and I was like, oh wait, never mind. It's been a long time since I've had a bot come in, so I'm just sort of like anticipating it. Are we all bots at some point? Well, yeah, well, maybe. Depends on your definition of bot. Car speed limit is 80 miles an hour. I'm going 70, and I'm still gaining. I didn't actually check to make sure I need to go off there. Yeah, we're fine. Have our routine, wake up, eat, drink, work, eat. Yeah, I suppose. That's why you gotta change it up. It's like, today I decided to work out before my stream, and then take a shower, which was a mistake, because now I'm super tired and exhausted. But normally I work out and shower after my stream, so that I can go to sleep easier. I switched it up. You know, it was fun and fancy, but it was a mistake. Never switch, yeah. It was alright. The workout went a lot easier. I was able to go a bit harder than normal, but I didn't consider the repercussions of those actions. And now I'm sore and tired. Or that's what she said. Well, One hour and 26 minutes. I know that, I'm trying to figure out what the timer is on. Because I know the world scale is 1/20th of like the real life scale. So I'm wondering if the time is also 1/20th. Doesn't seem like it. That'd be 20 seconds to a minute, right? No. 10 seconds? 3 seconds. Three seconds to a minute. That's not how it is, so it must be something different. Dude, that's my that's not... I can't take that detour. It's too large. Well, maybe I can take that detour. Oh, I've done this exact one before. I'm gonna have to go up here and over here and around there, and then they're gonna block off this exit or whatever. And I'm gonna have to just drive on the side right there to get past them. I've done it before. I'll do it again. But it's an urgent delivery. I can't take the full route around the side. It would take too long. I'm pretty sure. I guess I could double check the time I left on the job. I can remember the button for it. Is it F8? F7? F6? Five hours left on the job? No, it's expected at 6:30 or 6:03 a.m. So I'd have 2 hours left. How much would it extend the trip if I went all the way around? Like a full, like, 4 hours probably. Yeah, it's too long. I have to go through. I have to barge through traffic. Well, yeah, I know. That's what it says, but that's if but there's a detour. So the detour was right here. I could have taken an exit here, but they detoured me onto this road, which has caused it so I have to go up to here to turn around, and then it'll take me back over to here. But every time there's a detour on this road, I've done it before tons of times, they block off this road as well, right here. Which I can't seem to mark. But they block off this road, which means if I wanted to get to the destination on time, I either have to barge past the detour blockade or go all the way around here to reach it. But this will take 7 hours. I don't have 7 hours to reach the destination. So I have to barge through the detour, which is a really annoying thing to have to do, but the game keeps doing this to me, so I have to keep on doing it. I would love to get out of this truck's lane. I mean, I guess in real life you probably wouldn't run a blockade if I was driving a truck, but it's a video game, so I'm going to. This truck probably shouldn't be hauling whatever cargo it's hauling if it takes this much time to speed up on this hill. Yeah, it's either barge the blockade or speed. Go really fast. If I went like 80 miles an hour the entire way, I could probably make it, but considering I don't know the roads well enough to know how often they decide to change the speed limit, I'd rather not. I appreciate that runaway ramp is there, but I'd find it hard to believe you'd have a runaway. It didn't feel like it was that steep a slope, but maybe it would. I gotta wonder why vehicles all seem to travel like 3 miles an hour under the posted speed limit. Or maybe not that, maybe like 8, something like that. Anyway, this guy ahead of me is going about, what, 64 or something? So I was gaining on him when I was going 65. But the speed limit's 70. He's gonna keep on keeping on with me in the same road. Good, he changed. How's it going? It's going alright. How you doing? No. What can one enjoy about a game like this? I don't know. Just relaxing. I think I've answered that question a few times. But I don't know how else to describe it, really. It's just sort of just a good wind-down game. It's relaxing and easy. Don't need to stress about anything in particular. Just sort of a thing that it is. Everything's alright with me. A bit tired, but otherwise good. If you like eyes that can zoom, I can zoom my eyes out. That's pretty cool. Something I found out today that I really liked. It's not like important or interesting, it's just something I thought was kind of funny. I'll be restful soon. Yeah. I got a few more hours of stream left. I might end it early, but I'll still go for like another hour probably. I'm tired, but not like I'm not gonna pass out or anything. I don't need a turn. I do need to merge actually. Yeah, I did after all. If you just want to play a game that's just relaxing and nice to hear, because the sounds are what gets me, I think. Just the sounds of the engine and the road and stuff. That's why I tend to play it on Sundays only, is because it's just a game I want to use to like unwind and get ready for the next week. Well, I guess for most people it's Monday, but it is what it is. It gives you a good opportunity to chill out. Not to mention you can choose between a bunch of different trucks and stuff. If you're really interested in like trucks, there's a bunch of different types you can choose from. And you can decorate their interiors and paint schemes and stuff. That's always kind of nice. It also has like levels and skills, which if you like that sort of aspect, and it has like a minor amount of management in it, which could be a bit more in-depth, but overall is plenty. Game out there for every sort of player. Yeah, pretty much. I like a lot of different types of games, so I was really surprised when it turns out I liked this one as well. Like, there's games I don't like, that a lot of people do like. Like, I don't like fighting games, but a lot of my friends even love fighting games, but I just can't stand them. But then, if I was like, hey, try American Truck Simulator, there's no way they'd be into it. It's the same situation. Or like Elite Dangerous is another one, where you're just sort of floating around doing a whole lot of nothing. I do a lot of trucking games, like type games. Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, I just deliver packages and do trading. Like, just lots of relaxing games where you just fly around doing a whole lot of nothing. Just sort of my wheelhouse. I just really enjoy it. I don't know why I have the blinker on. Let's see if there's a detour. If there is, I have to barge it. Oh no, they took the detour down. Nice. If I had a better computer, I would stream Star Citizen, because I love that game, even though it's a bit... I hope there's nobody there. Even though it's a bit jank, it's just a good fun time. it's so hard to explain how good the atmosphere of the game is. Is there an indicator that tells me what my... Oops, don't drive off the road. No, there isn't. I'm trying to figure out what my cruise control is at. One of the trucks that I drove, the gauges, one of the gauges tells you what your cruise control level is at, so you don't have to guess. I think it's at 55 right now. You just turn it off, I guess, and turn it back on. I don't know why my truck is struggling to speed up here. I guess it must be an incline. It just doesn't feel like it, because I'm driving it. Yeah, Star Citizen specifically has such a good, like, general atmosphere to it that it sort of is, it's, like, incredibly immersive, but the game itself is so overwhelming in the amount of different things you can do that it's kind of hard to figure out something to do. There's a lot of games like that, more recently especially. Like, they're all good, they're all fun. My character gets tired so fast. Back? Welcome back. I'm just talking about the reasons why games like this are fun. I was also talking about Star Citizen briefly, but didn't have anything very interesting to say about that, honestly. I just like it. I wonder what time I can turn off my headlights. I think it's like 8 a.m. or something like that. It's like a lot later than I feel like it should be. And last time I turned off my headlights when the other cars turned off theirs, I got fined for headlight violations. So I think I'm gonna just leave it on for a while. Like, I would think that headlights could be turned off around this point. Like, it's bright enough out that you can see other cars approaching. There's no reason to have your headlights on at this stage. But I know that they'll fine me if I do. Got a couple minutes left till I've arrived at the delivery zone. I'll probably have a stand up and stretch and then go refill my water when I do that. It's so weird driving with that version of the light, not the light, the GPS. I don't usually do the top-down version. I usually do the sort of back-behind directional one. So it feels weird not having the GPS turn with me. On my own company, I don't know if I'd go that far. And company implies that I have employees. I'm self-employed. I employ myself. I say employ. I'm a commission artist. I do art, and I make money. Not enough to live happily, but enough to survive. Woo! That was a big turn. I should have slowed down. The problem with talking about what I do is that people will start to get up in arms about how it's not a real job. But boy, the stress says otherwise. People want products, you deliver products. It's a luxury, but it is what it is. It's a skill that I can do, and people pay for it. The problem is I'm not great at advertising for myself, so I don't get that many new customers. I get a lot of returns. Return customers, not returns, because that implies that they're refunding, which they don't, usually. Excellent work. Good job. That's the exact same job I did previously, but the other way around. It's a very strange one. But the art that I tend to do varies vastly. Usually it's character design, sometimes it's concept art. Every once in a while it'll be like names and engravings and stuff. Not engravings, what do you call it? Like name tag design, whatever you want to call that. Concept design. I don't know, stuff like that. So you're the bot on Twitch promoting you're an artist trying to find streamers to buy from you? No. I'm not advertising on Twitch. My art wouldn't do that on Twitch. I don't even know if it's still in my bio. I double check, I guess. Yeah, I even took it out of my bio. Now I just put variety streamer. I took out the fact that I was an artist because people kept asking me about it. I could make emotes, but I don't have the time. Well, that's not true. I wouldn't mind it. It's just like emotes don't pay very well unless they're like up from a big channel. And a lot of times small channels will be a bit too picky about what they want for their emotes, and it'll take a lot more time than it's worth. So I charge $20 for an emote, or so, like for like an emote or a series of emotes or something, and they don't like it, then it's like, all right, well, yeah, you paid for an hour of my time. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go out of my way. But you know. I mean, 80 to 100 is a bit excessive. I've never heard anybody paying that much for a single emote. Even like a well-drawn one, that seems extreme. I don't know why I'm saving. I'm not done with the stream yet. I'm gonna go stand up and stretch and get my water refilled. I'll be right back, and then I can continue that conversation. I apologize. I'm back. I forgot to run ads while I was away. Should have done that, because now my ads are going to play in like a minute. Oh well. Let's see. What do I want to do next? This is going to take me back. This truck dealership wants me to keep going back between these two towns, and I want to go different places. So I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to go from Helena to Wyoming, I guess? Cody, Wyoming? Although, it's heavy cargo, it says. Can I carry that? Well, I guess it shouldn't be. It's not much heavier than the trucks. I can probably handle it pretty well. That goes to Utah. That's a really long one. Let's do that. Provided I can make it in time. Seems fine. Upgrading your skills? Yeah. I've got them upgraded. Like, I mean, as in anything. I'm going into hazardous cargo now, that way I can just get any sort of stuff for fun. And, I'll probably go into, just in time or long distance next. I should probably read those messages you sent when I was away. So most people pay for custom emotes? Maybe. Seems like a lot, but I could look into it further, I guess. Put yourself on Twitch doing your work. I have done an art stream in the past. When I designed my own emotes. I did it with my left hand. Because it's more fun, and it kind of helps preserve the low effort nature of my stream in general. Because I don't want to put a whole lot of effort into this. Because it's not what I intend to do with my career. If I become popular, I'm more than happy, that's great, but it's not like a full-time thing I intend to put into, you know, the world, so I'm just sort of doing it for fun as a side hobby, so I'm not going to put full effort into it. So, when I do my emotes and things I drew with my left hand, to preserve that. You know one streamer who streams his artwork, it's fun to watch. I did used to watch a couple of streamers who did their art, it was kind of fun. I didn't hate it. Oh, and ads just started, so I guess I can't really answer any more of those, because otherwise you won't be able to hear it, probably, depending on how the ads work for you. Sometimes they're only about 5 seconds long, sometimes they're much longer. Okay, it's 3 PM, so I can turn off my lights. I am gonna refill the gas tank, I guess. Which is... I need to change that, I can't see anything. There you go. But... in ads, but check the link you sent in DM on Twitch. I'll check it out later. I don't want to open a link right now, just in case there's, I don't know, anything associated with it. Yeah, besides I want to focus. Well, I say focus. I'll check it out after stream, probably. It's nice that it pops the trailer over to you, even when you line it up a little bit wrong. Oh, this is an articulated trailer, isn't it? Yeah, it is, darn it. It's gonna be a lot harder to get my gas refilled if with an articulated trailer. Yeah, I'll check out that link after stream. I'm too lazy to bother looking right now. He does overlays and emote packs and is highly recommended and charges close to 100 for one custom emote. But he makes a lot of emotes packs for everybody to buy. Really? Well, I'm surprised by that. That's interesting. I would have never even thought to charge anywhere near that much for them, but if people are buying them, maybe I'll do it. Although my work doesn't tend to be Twitch focused, so it's kind of hard to be sure. The issue with it is you run into viewers who have access to smaller streamers with the same emotes. That's happened twice. Back from ads. I was just talking to you this whole time because I thought you were back. So well, I'll check that link after stream. I don't want to get distracted too distracted, like while I'm in the middle of streaming. But yeah, I wouldn't have charged that much for emotes ever. I never even thought about it. Packs make sense, but not for custom emotes. That's a lot of money. But I guess if he's popular, then it makes sense. I know that a lot of streamers will trace or copy or steal emotes, like a lot, but it is what it is. And overlays are fine. I don't love doing them, but I can. I do those occasionally too. Not really overlays, but something similar. They're cheap, around $15 to $3. Some overlays are around $6. Some of his emotes are around like $15 to $5 per pack. Yeah. The thing is, like, if you make a living doing it, it makes sense. But to do that, you have to advertise on, like, you know, the Reddits and stuff, and in other people's channels if they let you. Which is fine. And especially if, like, a streamer finds your emotes and likes them and then blasts you. I'm not great at advertising. And I'm not going to do art regularly on my channel. Because I draw under a different moniker to avoid people finding my stuff. Not that I'm like embarrassed about it or anything. Well, that's not true. I guess I am. I don't want my the Crimson Moon name has been my name for many years, and everybody I know in my real life knows that name. I'd rather they not find the stuff that I am frequently asked to like draw on commission. But, you know, it's fine. So I draw under a different name. And I find that it helps to draw with my left hand so that people can't identify my style as easily. Never saw him advertised, found him on Etsy when searching emotes. But I'm following him ever since. Love their stuff. That makes sense. I mean, I guess it's bound to happen. Just find people randomly when looking for stuff like that. I've never found the desire to look for emotes because I can easily just draw my own if I feel like it, and because I don't care about like fidelity or quality, generally, I just want the point to get across. Like I have like 7 emotes now, 6 emotes, something like that, and they're all like of varying degrees of quality, just because I couldn't be bothered to to like make them look the same. And again, most of them were drawn by left hand. One of them was drawn like 5 years ago. 2 of them were drawn like 5 years ago. Should also post stuff on DeviantArt and put watermarks on the art. I haven't been on my DeviantArt in 12 years or something. I have a DeviantArt, but I literally haven't posted on it since like 12 years ago or something. It's ridiculous how long it's been. You wish you could have custom emotes, but you can't do them, can't afford them. Anybody can do anything. It just takes time or effort. And you can It's not always easy to find either of them, but if you want them bad enough, you can make them yourself. And they don't have to be good. They don't have to be, like, super high quality. You can always upgrade them over time, or just, like, make them up to whatever style you want. You can make smiley faces like default Twitch, but add, like, I don't know, a hat, you know. And you could just use the regular default Twitch emotes. You don't really need to have high quality stuff to enjoy streaming. There you're gonna go. Alright. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. I appreciate it. Take care. Have a good rest of your day or night, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Also, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm going to roll down a window. It's the wrong window. There you go. God, now that I know how to roll down windows, I'm going to do that all the time. Although it does make the game a lot louder, so maybe I'll have to, like, speak up when I roll down the window. I guess speaking up doesn't make a whole lot of sense since I have a sound limiter on my mic, meaning that I can't go above a certain level or it'll cut me out or it'll lower the volume, whatever. But I've tried to make it so that the sound limiter on the game's volume is lower than the sound limiter on my microphone. So ideally I should generally be louder than the game at any given time, even though it's quite loud. But it just adds to the realism, you know? Just having the window open and drowning out any sort of volume for anybody nearby. Trying to have a conversation in the cab. Heyo, you're not new. I have somebody watching my Battletech series on YouTube, the VODs, and I mentioned the Gang Talk Massacre. If you remember that, it's the one where I was trying to salvage an Atlas and got bombarded by, like, a bunch of artillery fire from off the map. And when I remember that event, it was, like, a lot more horrific in my head. I might roll up the window. It is quite loud. But the Gang Talk Massacre, in my head, was, like, a horrific event. Like, an absolute nightmare. It still says the game's very loud, but that can't be the case, right? Oops. Veering off. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So in this, like, event, like, I remember it being, like, an incredibly long, drawn-out battle where I was just getting ripped to shreds and everybody was dying every turn. It's a lot quieter than with the window open. Well, yeah, I suppose. But I remember, like, this, it's like, when I, like, have the flashbacks from that, it was, like, way worse. And, like, I've been, like, alluding to it to this one person who was, like, commenting on my Battletech VODs. I was like, oh, man, it's not as bad as this thing that happens. It's like, oh, man, I remember this thing. And just like, all right. So I was like, you know, hyping this up. And then I went back to find which VOD it was in. And then I rewatched it, and it's like, it wasn't even that bad. It was just, like, it was a bad mission, but it wasn't, like, the worst mission I've ever seen. I've had much worse missions, so why is that the one that sticks out so much? Like, I was hyping it up, and it's not even that bad. But I hopefully it's still fun to watch, because it was like a devastating loss, but it was mostly financial. It wasn't like people. I didn't even lose that many people. Oh, whoops. Oops. I'm just gonna merge. It's fine. I definitely was intentional. But yeah, it was just weird. It was just a weird thing because like I remember it being so much worse than it was. Maybe it's because it was like a long stream, and like I had several tough battles that one, and that was at the very end of the stream, something like that. I said to go 25 up this hill, but I went 35, and it was totally fine. Anyway, my point is, sometimes you remember things wrong, and they're not as bad as you think they are. That's kind of weird. But I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed rewatching it, living the devastation. There was a point when I'd forgotten what I did to finish that mission, because I knew eventually I lost my Gauss cannon on my Highlander, which was like devastating. I could not replace that gun. I knew I lost it at some point, and I thought I lost it at Gang Talk. And so I was like watching it, I'm like, oh man, is this when I lose that cannon? Turns out I evac'd before I lost the cannon, so the entire time I lost my cannon, I thought it was at Gang Talk, and I was like equating like so many more losses to Gang Talk than actually happened. It's like, man, I really bigged up Gang Talk in my head. Nothing even happened there. Anyway, it's good times. It was a fun game. I had a lot of fun with that game. Oh man. My truck is not having a good time hauling this. I think I'll need to upgrade my engine after all. Or maybe I'll just get a new truck. I haven't decided yet. It'll be expensive, whatever it is that I decide to do. You got murdered over and over in that game. Yeah, but you also got like 5 different mechs. All with your name on it, so it's probably fine, right? You got any mech that was like long-range artillery. I just named it after you. Because they're the best supports. But it also means you die a lot, which maybe is kind of the trade-off. But it wasn't so bad. I'm kind of nervous about Superland tomorrow. I don't know what to expect from it. Because I haven't really looked into it much, other than it's like a puzzly game with like gunfights. Inspired by Portal, apparently. Other than your recommendation, I haven't actually looked into it at all. I'm not super good at puzzle games. I enjoy them, but I'm not good at them. So I worry I'm gonna have a hard time with it. It's kind of the same thing I was worried about Subnautica too. Is like I didn't know what to do or where to go most of the time. I just sort of like bumbled around until I found something new. And I was really worried that I would like have a long wasted time where I just wouldn't have any idea what I was doing. And I can't imagine that's terribly entertaining to pay attention to when somebody's just not knowing what they're doing. So hopefully Superland is a little bit more straightforward. I know that it said Metroidvania in the description, and I'm really bad at Metroidvanias because of the having to go back and check out old places you missed sort of stuff with new technology. But you said it only took about like 15 hours or something like that, so at most it'll be like 4 streams or 5 streams, so even if I am bad at it, it probably won't it won't be too bad. It's not like a tactical game that I can play for months at a time and not getting any progress on. Xenonauts. Battletech. But at least Battletech had a story that I could follow if I didn't know what to do. But Xenonauts doesn't really have a story. You just sort of do things until you're ready to do the last thing. But I ought to start planning now what games to do when I finish both of those. Because knowing that Superland's only going to take about 4 or 5 streams, and Xenonauts is getting close. I don't know how much longer it has, but I'm hitting the end of the tech trees, so I can't imagine it's going to take much longer. I have to figure out what games to play after that. I think Xenonauts is an easy one to replace, because I have a lot of tactical games that I want to play. But Superland isn't easy to replace because I don't have that many games on my like huge list of games to play that aren't currently under strike, because video game dev or publishers are like scumbags. So I'm just sort of like having a hard time. I've mentioned this before. I wish that I could, like, look around at scenery as I'm driving by it. But it's really hard to do with a mouse, because it's a deliberate action. It's like look left or right or up or down. Whereas, like, when I play the game in VR, which is how I like to play it, but I get sick doing that, so I can only do like one delivery at a time, because VR makes me ill. When you're doing it in VR, it's not like a conscious effort to turn your head left or right and then go back to center. You just look, and you're done. But you know how, like, there's like that, like, pat your head and rub your belly sort of thing, where you check your coordination by patting your head and rubbing your belly, and then you switch. It feels like that when you're, like, trying to, like, turn your car and look to the left or right at the same time. Like, I'll be like, oh, I want to look that direction, and try to turn at the same time. I'll actually, like, veer off the road because I'm trying to look in one direction and forget to lift my fingers off of the buttons that turn me. It's not to say I have bad coordination, but certainly for this sort of thing I do. Also, overcorrecting when you're not looking at the road. And of course, in real life, driving's a lot easier because you have peripheral vision and you can look to the side without turning your head. Or you can do it so quickly and then go right back to the middle. With the mouse, there's a lot of, like, leeway? That's not the word. There's a lot of overcorrections and undercorrections. Like, every single time I try to, like, look to one side, I'll not quite make it back to the center. Or I'll go too far. And that also causes a bit more trouble when I'm trying to, like, actually get the mouse back where it's meant to be. If I'd lowered the sensitivity, it wouldn't be so bad. But lowering the sensitivity, I think also lowers the sensitivity in the menus. And I hate when menus are slow. But it is what it is. All these problems I could easily solve. But it's more fun to complain about. It gives me something to talk about, honestly. If I didn't whinge about things, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. My streams would be 90% silence. But as long as I have something to complain about, I can always say something. Always talk. And I do love talking. These are really nice roads. Not nearly as much like adjusting speed. When I was going between Idaho and Montana, having to constantly adjust my speeds over and over again was getting really annoying. Because there was so many like mountain roads, mountain paths, whatever. Why does that car have a harder time with this hill than me? Alright, how much you slowing down, guy? I had no difficulty going 70 over that hill. And this guy slows down to 65 or whatever, 55. An hour 57? Wow. I thought this journey was going to take a lot longer. But I guess not. I guess it's not so bad. I do got to be careful though. I got to remember that I have heavy cargo with an articulated trailer, so it'll be really easy to jackknife. But yeah, I don't deserve that fine. I'm pretty sure he didn't even have anybody in front of him. He just decided to slow down to a stop before he reached the stop sign. That's absolutely not my fault, but whatever, I guess. I was going the speed limit. I was paying attention, but I couldn't stop. Ah, well. He didn't take too much damage in the crash. I think that's the first legitimate crash I've had in the game. Yellowstone River. Wow. Not very yellow. Truck 7. Why are trucks 65? That's not fair. I didn't even realize it got dark. I should have gotten a headlights violation a while ago. Usually they fine me if I don't turn on my headlights by like 7:30. Ferris wheel. Nice. The Fort Restaurant and Arcade. Wow. Sorry. My bad. I apologize. I didn't mean to ram you off the road. I just realized that I was going to slam into that invisible wall if I didn't turn into you. And the fine of $100 is probably a lot less painful than the fine of like $30,000 for repairing my truck. I think I must be getting incredibly tired because I'm really not paying attention anymore. I keep getting into like weird situations. But I did say I'd probably end early, so I have like half an hour left until I probably should end. Give it a little bit longer. Playing Deep Rock Galactic, nice. That's okay. You don't need to reply. I'm more than happy just chatting to myself. Sure you can manage Superland. All right. I'm not like terribly worried about it. I just like am nervous that I'll get lost. Because Metroidvanias have always been like a bane to me. I've always had a hard time keeping focus on where I need to go. I don't know where the way station is. Oh, there it is. It's a really sharp turn for 2 trailers. $101,000. Jeez. It's 25 grand more than the trucks were. I guess 100 grand is a bit over my limit. So I should probably make an effort not to take anything that weighs anywhere near this much. Although I did say it was like 55 or something, didn't it? 57. The trucks were 55, but the trucks only weighed a total of 75, and this weighs 100. So why is it I guess it must be the frames underneath. I guess the cargo and the frame has a different weight. Like the cargo and the trailers. So I think that's the issue that I'm having. Is I'm misjudging the total encumbrance of the vehicle. The delivery, whatever. What is happening? Why are you doing that? There. I paused my stream in the background because I didn't realize it was still playing, and then I minimized minimized the screen. Maybe that'll fix the weird stuttering. My computer is far too strong to be stuttering. Although it has been a long time since I replaced any of the parts on it, so maybe it's dying. I do not have the money to replace my GPU right now. So here's hoping I'm wrong. This is not the direction I really need to go, is it? These kind of intersections. No, a stoplight. No, it didn't even stop long enough for me to get a drink. American Way. Modern kitchen. Yards. Like Tot something? Tot Central? I couldn't even read that one. Powico. Coffee break. Just reading out random street signs at this stage, like business signs. Speed limit 45 miles an hour. always hated driving on roads like this. In the dark, specifically. Ones with, like, no barricades or barriers or anything. Where you're going, you know, 60 miles an hour. Even though they have little glow tape sticks, just having the extra safety rails would be a lot less scary. Of course, that implies, I suppose, that I intend to crash, or that I expect to crash, but that's not true. I haven't come across any deliveries with, like, wide loads recently. I wonder if those are only the special deliveries. Because I feel like when I played a Euro Truck Simulator, I had wide loads a lot, so I actually installed a beacon on my truck for, like, role-playing purposes, but I haven't needed to do that in this one. Maybe it's just they don't pay very well, or maybe it's because I'm specifically taking jobs that are, like, urgent to make more money and experience. It's hard to say. Hey, we're almost there. All I do know for sure is that I really need to get a stronger truck, whether it be buying a new one or upgrading this current one. I think level 11 was the time that the new trucks unlocked. The better trucks. There's an airport here. Wow. Imagine that. I don't think I'm gonna do a complicated parking job, even if it lets me. I'm really bad at articulated trailers, and I don't really want to deal with it right now. I'm too tired. Too tired and grumpy. Alright, what you got for me? Alright, that's fine. Well, maybe it's not actually. Look at that angle. That's a terrible angle. That building reminds me of a place I used to work. It's a Reva Clinical. Very precise where you're allowed to park. There you go. Excellent. Well, workhorse. No, I still can't get a better truck yet. Okay, what do you want? Maybe fuel economy wouldn't hurt, honestly. Actually, I don't need to refuel that often. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. Can I repay, like, some of my money at a time? Can't pay back, like, 10,000 at a time. Pay it in full. Jeez. Oh, whatever. Oh, I didn't apply the upgrade. Drivers are probably alright. At least. Truck dealer? Nah. Truck upgrades? Let's see. World map. Where's the nearest, like, truck dealership or rest stop? There's a garage there. I don't know what that is. I'm curious, but I don't want to go that direction. We've got... I think that must be a hiring agency, because usually the truck garage areas, whatever, truck dealerships have a parking lot. Like here. Although I can't see what that red is. What is red? Is that a repair station? Are repair stations red? Yeah, they are. So I think that might be a truck dealership. I would love to find a dealership. Because so far I only have like 3 different types of dealerships. That's a Peterbilt. Luckily, I can just see that for some reason. I guess that means that there's deliveries from that location. Not necessarily that I know that it's the dealership, but that there's a company that wants me to do deliveries, and it just so happens to be Peterbilt. Just like this one is the, whatever the V is, the something. Okay, I can only think of Volvo, but it's not that. It's like Volstat or something like that. Steeler? What is Steeler? It's not a dealership. One there too. No, it doesn't matter none. I'll just go wherever. Where'd I end up? I guess that's a pretty far drive, isn't it? That's 4 hours. Yeah, that's a really long drive. Maybe I will go this direction. Refuel there. Nah, let's rest first. Rest and then refuel. There you go. And then I'll take another job near this area. I don't need to stop. There's no cars coming. I can break all the traffic laws I want. Who's gonna say anything? Who's gonna stop me? Making decent money. I mean, I've got 80 grand now, which is quite a bit. I mean, a truck is 120 grand, like the default low-level trucks. So it's not terrible. Considering I still need about 400 grand to repay both of my loans before I am technically debt-free and able to do anything. It's kind of rough. But I guess that's sort of the downside to taking out a loan, eh? Get a bunch of money up front and then you have to pay it back. Granted, I'm making the money back pretty quickly. Not the direction I need to go. There's another turn up ahead. Jeez, I can't stop yawning. Maybe we'll just call it quits after I hit the gas station. Where's the gas station even? Stop there first. I wonder how many different types of signs there are. Like, do they just go ham, just designing a bunch of different random signs for businesses, or is there only like 10 different ones and I just don't ever pay attention to them? You got like, Crone. There's that tot something or other. I'm curious what that actually says. Tot Gurk. Sure. The Cody Original Hotel Restaurant Grill. A lot of sales in that store. Parade Fashion Store. Marty's. What does that say? Marty's Antique Recliners Only. Okay. Oh, sorry. Nobody's honking at me, so I wasn't paying attention. I would be amazed if there's an antique recliner store. Like, on top of the fact that they definitely wouldn't hold up that long, why would you want an antique recliner? Surely there's, like, better recliners made more recently. I mean, this is gonna sound kind of sad. I don't want it to, but it probably will. The last time I remember, like, sleeping comfortably and soundly was, like, 8 years ago when I slept in a recliner just one day when I got home from work. I just sat down in my recliner and fell asleep in the chair, and it was the best sleep I've had, like, that I can remember. I haven't had a good sleep since. I'm sure I have, I just don't remember it quite so fondly. Like, it was just like a hard day at work, and I got back and sat down on my recliner, turned on my laptop, and then just fell asleep in the chair. It was such a nice sleep. But it's like the only time I can remember, like, ever having such a good sleep. I stopped way too early. There you go. Oof, yeah, right. It's wacky, because, like, I've got a nice bed. I just can't stay asleep for more than, like, 4 hours or something. And it's not like I have insomnia. That's not the word. Is it? Yeah, it is. I guess that's the word. Like, I can sleep. I just can't stay asleep. I guess it's mostly nightmares that keep me awake. Or the dread of having nightmares. It's a wacky one. But it is what it is. Just learn to live with it. It's probably unhealthy, though. I was hoping that exercising at nighttime, after the stream, for instance, before bed, I was hoping that exercising and then taking a shower afterwards would help my sleep, but it never did. How do I even turn in there? It's like pitch black in here. This is a terrible, like... Where's the streetlights for this location? There should definitely be a streetlight right here, so that you can see the gas station turn in. really need gas that much. I have plenty. It makes the tire screeching noise as if I'm, like, going so fast and aggressively that it needs to screech. Like, I'm not hitting the brakes that hard. I guess I am, aren't I? I only have two inputs. I have 0 and 1. So I guess I am slamming the brakes every time I press the button. Oh, there's just a drive-in here. I didn't realize. That's a cliff. It's a terrible place for a rest stop. There's just a cliff there. No railing or anything. Oh, Coulter's Hell. Hmm. Oh, it's raining, hell yeah. Shame I'm about to end my stream. But yeah, my ads have started, so I have to filter for time a bit, but the next stream is probably going to be, is going to be Superland. I don't really know what to expect from that. I don't know if it's a keyboard or mouse game. I don't know if it's a controller game. I'll figure it out when it happens. But I'll be doing that off and on every other stream with Xenonauts until I beat Xenonauts or Superland, whichever one comes first. Xenonauts, I can't imagine is going to take too much longer. It's gotten to a point where I'm not struggling super hard anymore, and all the tech trees are almost finished, I think. So that one's probably going to be like maybe another week or two. I can't be positive. It's already been like 50 hours or something. It's been a long game. I didn't expect it to be anywhere near that long. But I guess I did have to restart it 2 or 3 times. So I think I'm on my 3rd campaign. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I got it on my 3rd campaign. Like, I got so far, I should say. I don't know if it's going to be like XCOM, where if you fail the final mission, it just ends. Because in the original XCOM, I think if you went to Mars to defeat the alien base, if you failed that mission, I think it just ended the campaign, and you had to, like, reload an old save or start over. I'm hoping it's not like that, but if it is, I'm just going to restart. I'm not going to restart the... I'm just going to reload. I'm not going to... I don't suffer the Iron Man. There's a lot of games where I don't really mind restarting. Like Battle Brothers is a good game that I'll probably play one of these days on Saturday or Sunday. It's just a fun game that I really like, but it's like brutal. Like, it's brutally difficult, and it's a lot of restarting because you're just gonna get your butt whooped bad. But it's fun. And Stone Shard is another one. Although Stone Shard I have a lot less fun with, because of a lot of their mechanics are a bit too harsh. Like, it prides itself on being difficult, but I think it's too difficult, and it's not quite fun difficult. It feels like sort of cheap difficult. You get caught off guard, or you rely on dice rolls and stuff. Which can be a fine game, but sometimes it just gets really on your nerves when you're not, like, in the mindset to deal with cheap dice rolls. But Stone Shard's another game that I do enjoy, but that one's a lot more methodical. You have to sort of do that one really slow, and it gets kind of boring, I would imagine. But again, those are both tactical games. I want to play XCOM 2, probably. I don't really like XCOM 1 that much. It was cool when it came out, but after playing 2, I can't go back to 1. The remakes, I should specify. So that's another tactical game I want to play. XCOM Chimera Squad is another one I want to play. It's just another tactical squad, or another tactical game. You ever played RimWorld? Have I played RimWorld? Yeah, I played tons of RimWorld. I love RimWorld. It's one of those games that, like, I go back to, like, a lot. You could have sloths there. Yeah, you could have mega sloths. They're mega. They're way better. Yeah, I love RimWorld. That's one of my favorite games. I play that so much. And I go back to it every couple months just to play it again for, like, 20 hours. Does Twitch integration? Does it? That might be fun to play on, like, a weekend. I wouldn't do it as, like, a regular game, but it might be fun to play. Like, after I finish with Planet Zoo, maybe I might play RimWorld. Just have, like, a colony that I play, like, once a week for, like, a month or two. You've never played it, but you love to send Mega Sloths? Mega Sloths are not hostile, so they're actually kind of friendly. And if you do kill them, you can... They have a lot of meat and pelt. Or if you tame them, you can tame them, but they're hard to tame. But yeah, I mean, once I do Planet Zoo... Yeah, I'm not going to kill them, probably, but, you know, just in case, for emergencies, you know? But yeah, once I finish Planet Zoo... Maybe I'll do RimWorld. That does sound kind of fun. I was originally planning to go do Oxygen Not Included, because that's another game I really enjoy. And it's sort of a base builder, e-game kind of game. I think that's the second time somebody's mentioned RimWorld to me. So maybe I will play that. It's fun to watch too. Yeah, with Oxygen Not Included though, it sort of overwhelms me near the end. Oh, yeah. It gets to a point where I get, like, too stressed out to play it, because you need to, like, manage your oxygen production, and so you need to, like, make sure you have the right animals to produce the right resources, and you have to deal with all the hydrogen you're producing from your water generation. And if you need to make an effort to, like, get to the surface of the planet, you know, that sort of thing. And I don't have the DLC for it, so... I don't get that aspect of it, but I might play that. It is fun, and I really like the first, like, few hours of the game a lot. And then it gets too stressful for me, so I usually stop. But it would give me a reason to, like, try and beat it for once. It's part of the reason I'm streaming is to sort of force myself to play games and beat games. So it would certainly go with the theming. Why is there one, like, round pipe in this garage? There's, like, a round pipe for the ventilation that goes into, like, the normal square ventilation. What is the purpose of the round pipe? Why is it round? Why isn't it square like everything else? Is there, like, an actual purpose for that? It's not like they ran out of square pipes. Also, they're really dirty, too. It doesn't matter, anyway. my ad's finished a while ago. Less surface area, less heat loss, maybe, but why not just use round pipes for everything then? I mean, if you wanna be logistical about it, surely you should have all round pipes. Yeah, my ads ended a while ago. I was just filling for time while the ads are playing, but I got kind of got lost in the chat. That's it for me. I'm gonna head off. Spies can't crawl through round pipes. You got to think about them too. Well, you know, they might manage. I don't imagine it'd be too difficult, provided they're not smaller. But yeah, take care. Have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. I'll be back tomorrow, same time. Hopefully less tired. Who knows? I won't work out before stream that time. That was a mistake that I made today. I'm not gonna do that again. I'll work out after stream and just be grumpy and hungry. When I work out instead of doing it before stream and passing out halfway through. But yeah, I'll if I see you there, I'll see you there. If not, don't worry about it. Take care. I am out of here. Bye-bye.